What's going on, everybody? Israel Galindo here with Advanced Networks. So today we just kind of wanted to go over a little bit about websites and domain hosting for your business. Now, let me tell you why this is an important video for you guys. This is where it saves you money, headaches, and trouble when it comes to when you hire a designer to take over your website and they want to kind of host it and pull the site. We'll look at the pros and cons on that in a minute. Let's go into that right now. All right, so today we're just kind of gonna go over your website. Let's just say your website is abc.com, disney.com, in this example, lloydsplumbing.net. And the first thing you want to know is, where do you usually buy your websites? Well, most people usually buy their websites on a host. Everybody knows GoDaddy. You've heard the word GoDaddy, you've heard the word Network Solutions and Register.com. Those are like the granddaddies of everything. But that being said, when you buy a name that you want to have online as a website, that becomes your entity. That becomes your established name. For example, ours, ANWSOL.com, is hosted on a company called InMotion. Now, the difference between buying a name and being hosted are two different things, because buying a name is just a placeholder online. Hosting it is having a location, kind of like getting a storage facility and putting all your stuff in the storage place, or having a store and bringing the stuff in. It's your entity where it lives. So the reason why I wanted to kind of bring that up to you is because if you own a business and you bought the name, say it, GoDaddy, right? And you just pay them all the money in the world every single month to be involved in just really hosting your website. I just pay GoDaddy 1 month every time. They take $129. I don't know what it's for. I know I have email, I have a website, and whatever they do, that's GoDaddy. So anyways, most people say that. Now, the key thing is, so now you have a website, you have a place where it's stored, and now you need a designer. So some designer calls you up and they go, yeah, I'll design you a great website. What's your name servers? Can I move your website? And you're just like, well, you're the designer, so do what you want to do. I don't know. So you come to somebody like the IT guy and go, I don't know where my website sits. I pay GoDaddy, but I also have a designer. But are you going to keep the designer? That's the question. And this is where it gets tricky, because your hosts, whoever that is, GoDaddy, Network Solutions, Register.com, they're hosting your website. That's where it lives. It's your U-Haul place where you store your stuff. A designer can come into your stuff and design and do what they need to. You give them an email, you still hold the key. And that is the important thing. You hold the key, not the designer. Because in the end, if you break ties with the designer and he disconnects the hosting, you lost your website. You lost all of the stuff you paid for, and you will tell the designer, I thought I paid for that. Isn't it mine? And the designer will go, well, sorry, you have a contract with me and it's cut over. Sorry, goodbye. But you drop them thousands and thousands of dollars. And this is where it really, really, really goes to you being the person in charge. There's a reason why I changed the video, is because some people will say, hey, the name is backwards on your shirt. I'm not trying to promote this. It's just the shirt I'm wearing. But trust me, there are people out there that go, you have a reverse video. I don't like that the words are reversed. So we just changed it for those people. So, okay, so let's go back to the example I was giving you. And just so you know and understand as a business owner what your rights are and what you can and can't do. All right. So let's just say we were going to buy this domain and it was bought at register.com, okay? Register.com, again, being a host, you're paying them money and so on. So let's get into the design that I just made really quick. So you buy a domain on the web. Anybody that hits it goes to your domain host. Let's just say it's GoDaddy, Register.com. This is where anybody that types in yourwebsite.com, whatever your website is, this is where they're going to be led to. They're going to be led to your domain host. GoDaddy, Register.com, InMotion, it doesn't matter, HostGator, it all is going to look for it there. Now, when it goes there, you have multiple things that are being sort of working in the back of the scenes. So they go into what's called a name server. The name server is really, it's the translation of the IP address in your website name. Your name servers could actually be godaddy.blah.blah.yourwebsite.com. Whatever the servers are being used for that host is where everything is being asked for by the internet. Where is this company's email? Where's this company's SQL server? Where's this company? You get my drift. This is kind of like the catalog, if you will, of the olden times, the phone book, right, of the data that you're looking for. Now, this is why I'm showing you this design. When I call for your email, if I'm going to send you an email, the name servers and the domain hosts know that the email lives wherever it lives. Most likely 90% of the chance in your web host. Unless you are 365 and Google, you probably have rerouted those to Google servers and Microsoft servers. And by the way, that's just because everybody makes money. Microsoft ends up making money, Google ends up making money, and those are the things that everybody's got a subscription, and that's what it's all about. But when you're looking at internal servers, SQL databases, security servers, compliancy, and all of those things, all of those items are going to be also fed through this portal of name servers. So you get a designer, and the designer over here, the little penguin, goes, I'm going to design you a website. It's going to be awesome. You're like, yeah, do what you got to do. Here's my GoDaddy login. And you just give them the information. So again, your designer goes, okay, logs in and change with this red line the name servers to go to his hosting. One, now he's charging you for his hosting because he's hosting it for you, but you're already paying a hosting company. So now you're paying double the money. So just think about that. That's number one. Not a bad thing. Designers aren't bad. I'm just saying that. I'm just letting you know. The pros of why they do that is because they might have space and tools that they're also using in their space, and they're more comfortable in their, ecosphere, if you will, in their environment. And this is probably why they do that. But, and I've been doing this 30 years, and I'm not trying to knock you designers. So if you're watching a video and you're a designer, don't take an insult to this. But 99% of the designers will move the name servers and really not look at the records in the current sheet, the DNS records. DNS records is where is Israel? Email, where is his SQL server? What else does Israel have being pointed somewhere that we don't know about? When they change the name servers, you're a fresh slate. It's www, whatever your company is, the designer has it. And he might offer you email. But what if you are with Microsoft? What if you are with Google? What if your email is somewhere else? Guess what? Now it's broken. And then they go, I don't know, talk to the IT guy. I didn't do anything. I'm just a designer. I didn't do anything. I hear it all the time. We're an IT company. We deal with a lot of these people. And this is the biggest thing. I don't know what happened. Talk to the IT guy. Well, okay, the IT guy now has to go into those name servers, which we cannot because they are hosted by your web designer. Your web designer has the full keys of your entire domain now. They can do whatever. They can change whatever. Again, not a bad thing. I'm not trying to badmouth them. I'm just trying to say they need to think it through. And that's where the problem lies, is when they go through and disconnect name servers, your items down here are not reconnected. Now, if you are round robbing, what does that mean? Think of it like when you move to a new apartment. You tell the post office, this is my new address. Forward my mail to this new address. Forwarding, right? So what happens is, if a designer is doing it correctly, he'll either leave your name servers alone and log into your stuff and only reroute. Again, the word is reroute, just like in the mail and the post office. Only reroute your website. When somebody types www, your name, servers, and your hosting stays the same. Nothing has changed in this realm here. Everything stays the same. Only when the W happens, it goes to their world. Now, if you have subdomain, as we call it, like maybe you have a mystore.mycompany.com or myshoes.mycompany, whatever you do, that can also be rerouted over there, but your server and your host the key in that list, that DNS list, which is very important to control. Now, again, you give the keys to them. All right, then they should look at the current list that you have here, rebuild it here before they change anything. This way, apples to apples, it's completely in sync. So when you switch to them, they're items are repointing where everything is currently going, where your mail is going, where your server is going, where your VPN connection is going, where your security is going, where your SQL and everything under the sun is going. So there is no bleep or blurb if you switch over to them. There's no downtime, and that is key right there. Now, again, pros of switching over to a designer's hosting service: he might be giving you a little bit less price than what you're paying on your current host. But if you're going to do that, then cancel the hosting. Not the name. The name is yours. You buy the name. That's your name. It's like a vanity name. You bought the name. You own it. Nobody owns it but you. The hosting, where it lives, it's like renting an apartment, or an Airbnb. You are on A, you're on B, being the designer, A being your host. Don't pay for both. A lot of people don't know. They just go, well, I just pay the bill. It's in my credit card. Comes out automatically every month. I think I pay $200 to GoDaddy and $700 for my designer. I don't know. So you should really look at that. The cons of changing over the designer: most designers are in a shared space with all their designs. So it's one account and they just add multiple websites on that. If one of their shared spaces gets hacked, it could spread to you and hack you and also bring your system down. You don't want that. So again, designers are designing. They're there to do the art of the design. They're not tech or IT people that look at the back end going, well, I just pay $100 and I could put 1,000 websites on it and that's just the way it is. But is there security behind it? What if you're a health industry? Is there compliance in their setup? Could be, couldn't be. I can't speak for the designers. I can speak for if I do a search of your designer's hosting and there is no compliance and you need to be under compliance because you're in the health industry or in so on, then you are broken the compliance. So there's a lot of things that need to be taken into consideration when it comes to that breakup, that separation. Giving the keys to your partner or somebody you're dating. I just gave her a key to my apartment and now my big screen TV is gone. Because I trusted the person. It's about trust, right? And this is the biggest thing when it comes to giving the keys to somebody that is designing for you. You trust them because you know they're going to do an awesome job on your website and it's going to look cool and fancy and all of that. But then at the end of the month, when you get your bills and your monthlies and you're like, yeah, I don't know why I'm paying double. I don't know. I just pay the money because I have no clue. I'm not techie. Most people, 99% of the business owners are like, hey, dude, I'm not techie. I just pay you. I'm just not techie. But you know what? That's fine. That's totally fine. But you also have to understand what you're paying for. I pay for XM radio in my car because I want to listen to satellite radio. If I turn on my car and I get 1,000 stations and I don't know why, I don't know, I'm not techie. I just get 1,000 stations and it's cool. But at the end of the month, I look at my bill and go, I have XM radio. What's that? Oh, that's the 1,000 stations that you're paying for. So going back to what I was stating is really pay attention to things like that. You should always hold the keys to whatever is yours. Just like you would not give the keys to your business to me as I'm your IT guy. You should have all of that information. When it comes to designers, developers, and all of that, bring them into your world to work in your space remotely, but you still control the keys. This way you're not spending more money, more time, more effort. And if you were going to change in the future, then you understand that you still control that. All you do is you lock them out. Goodbye, have a great day, and it's over. It's done. The relationship is severed. It's nicely done. Versus, hey, Israel, that was my designer. I got rid of him. I didn't like what they were doing. We're getting a new one, and now your website goes from this guy's house to this guy's house. House being wherever they're hosting, not their actual home. And your website is being thrown like a ping pong back and forth. And then you have no idea. You're like, I don't know who's hosting my website, or I paid 9 different people and I'm just going to cancel everybody because I don't know what's going on. And that is why you really need to pay attention with your technology, who you're giving the keys to and what they have access to. So hopefully this helps you guys sort of understand a little bit better. I wanted to do this video because in the last couple of days I've had many people that are going back and forth between web designers, and the web designers get a hold of us and go, just give us the keys to the castle. And we go, wait a minute, our customers have a list of services that are currently running for them for their security / email / productivity of their businesses. And they're like, oh yeah, but we're the designers. We're about to start doing something, so just give us the keys. Then I got to go back as the business owner of the tech company and go, but wait, do you know that this customer has A through Z? Oh, I would know that. I'm not in their business. But if you went online and searched their business and did some homework before you came on and took over the web design, you'll understand all the pieces that they have. Or speak to the customer, you guys, and understand what that needs to be. Because when people don't do that, then things get lost out of place. And what happens in the end? Every single customer, hey, IT guy, what broke? What broke? Nothing new happened in our business. Nothing changed. But you know what changed? You got a new developer designer in your world, and they took the keys to the castle and ran with it. So again, just word to the wise. I hope it helps you guys. If you need any more information, comment below, reply to this email, and let me know if you need any help. We're always here to answer some questions for you guys. All right, I'm Israel Galindo. I will talk to you on the next one. Advanced Networks out.